What's going on, guys? Today is January 25th. Looking at the overall economical calendar, on the 25th, nothing's really going on tomorrow. We have some information coming on. So definitely want to pay attention to see what overall may happen tomorrow that could affect your trade. But today, nothing is scheduled. We are in earnings season. Today's Wednesday. We had a few stocks announce earnings yesterday on Tuesday. We had Verizon, Johnson and Johnson. These may be some companies you may want to check on today to see what's going on. Microsoft announced earnings yesterday. Cap One announced earnings yesterday after hours. So definitely want to check those companies out. Actually, one of those stocks are on our watch list for today. Today, Boeing announced this morning, AT&T, Progressive, even NASDAQ has ADP. Tesla's a big one for this afternoon after hours. So definitely want to check to see how these stocks are going to perform before and after, and make sure you're not really holding any. Because if you guys know me, I'm not a big earnings guy, right? So overall, looking at Microsoft, you can see Microsoft ran up pre-earnings. It went from basically 231 to basically 254, and we are basically trading below not only the 1-year EMA, we're trading below the 180-day EMA. So very nice pullback. If you guys want to get intermediately for a short position, 233 down towards this 230, that's like a $3 drop. Could be good contracts. You could get some good moves on that one, possibly. Preferably, I would like to see a break of this 230 zone. Then we could get back down into this pocket over here. And you could possibly get down towards these 225 zones. So see what happens with that. To the upside, don't really trust it to the upside unless we start to break at least like 241. Then we can start pushing up towards 245 above the 180-day EMA and above the 180-day SMA as well too. Jumping over towards the 20-day and 180-day are both crossed down. 20-day is getting a little bit more on the oversold side, but let's see what happens. It does look like, hey, there could be possibility it could continue to sell off. Looking at the RSI, has sold off even more before. So just want to follow this one with a tight stop loss, especially if you're going for a short position. It could try to bounce on you at these levels, right? Oversold means that it could possibly bounce, doesn't mean it has to bounce, right? So if it does bounce, look for rejection around that SMA, and then it could possibly come back down. Remember, the hardest part of trading and the most important part of trading is patience, waiting for the exact plays to play out, right? Next stock we're going to talk about is Tesla. So looking at Tesla, Tesla has earnings today. So that this is a key stock to watch today. You could get some movement before earnings. If you're brave enough to hold it into earnings, you never know. But if you look at Tesla's history, good thing that TD puts this little phone over here where you can see how Tesla does on previous earnings. So gotta think about it. Tesla basically has cut prices, has slowed down production in China. So can this overall affect the market? Can it overall affect the stock? We gotta wait and see. So I'm looking for a break of 140 down towards 130. MACD is crossed down on the 180-day RSI overbought, meaning more in favor for a possible drop, especially if this 180-day MACD starts to open up. We could see some nice downside on Tesla for the day, right? Earnings could change everything. 20-day, 20 days crossed down as well. You can see that we basically kind of doubled top at this 146 over here. And then the 20 days crossing down and going into divergence. If it goes into this level over here, could see a nice sink down. So like I said before, I'm looking for that 137 down towards these 132 levels. And to the upside, I'm looking for at least 141. And then we can start pushing back up towards 146. Looking for that 20-day to cross back up, and then the 180-day to correct itself and cross back up, right? If I'm looking for those long positions. But so far, Tesla, it does look like it's leaning more in favor for a bearish stance. Next one, jumping into SPY, right? SPY, I did not trade yesterday because what I look for every day did not present itself, right? But SPY is showing possibility for a downtrend today. Only thing I don't like is we're sitting right above that 1-year EMA over here. So definitely want to be cautious with that. So if we do break up to the upside, 398, then we can start retesting that 400. Overall, it does look like we're making lower highs, meaning we went to 403 over here at this peak, came down, came back up, went to 401, came down, right? This top of the wick is 400. and we're below the EMA. So leaning more towards a short position, watching for the break of 395 down towards like 393, maybe even lower. 180 days cross down, RSI has room to the downside. Jumping over towards the 20-day. Same scenario, right? 20-day has crossed over. It was actually already bearish yesterday. 180-day is actually just now starting to follow it today. Only thing I do not like about SPY, it is oversold. So we may get a bounce before we fail. So let's see what happens. Or we get a bounce and it just becomes chop. Yesterday was pretty much chop on SPY. If we drop down towards the 5-minute, you can see that this is pretty much yesterday's action, right? The 24th. You can see the date and time. This is pretty much chop yesterday. So let's hopefully we get some clean moves, especially since we pretty much made a nice move overnight. It's pretty much this whole move right here. Market closes at 4 o'clock, right? You can see that from 4 o'clock all the way till now, the market has basically dropped from 401 down towards like 395. So that's a solid move to the downside. Let's see what happens. Hopefully we get some type of bounce and then we fail. A lot of these smaller charts are looking oversold too. So let's see what happens. I'm looking for a bounce fade. And that's pretty much it. Hopefully you guys all have a green trading day. Enjoy the video, subscribe, share this video with a friend, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.